Hi, I'm at the cheese shop at Bukit Timah, and a lot of my clients have asked, how to shop for cheeses, is cheese beneficial? So I thought I'd come in and show you how I do cheeses, and how to get the best bang for your buck as well. So let's go in and have a look. Yeah. So here you can see they've got a big selection of cheeses. I always start off with the hard cheeses down here. So these cheeses down the bottom are French and Swiss cheeses from the Alps mostly. And I always look for the raw cheeses. So if you look at these cheeses here, these are all raw Swiss cheeses. And Swiss cheeses are generally always raw. And you want to go for raw if possible, because there's a lot more beneficial enzymes, beneficial bacteria. There's a lot more nutrients in raw cheeses. Raw cheeses are always better. Anything that's pasteurized is not as good. So I would basically look along this. All these cheeses are pretty tasty. Literally the price is dependent on how long the cheese has been aged for. So here you've got a Alpine Gruyere, it's $5 for 100 grams. Here the Comte is aged 30 months and $8.50. So this Comte is probably going to be a bit sweeter, it's going to be nuttier than this one, and it's going to be slightly more beneficial. But you don't need to necessarily spend this much unless you really love the taste of it. And if you do, feel free, go ahead. Otherwise I would get this Gruyere, so this would be my choice for the hard cheeses. And we can look at the blue cheeses. So blue cheeses are very much an acquired taste. Most of these blue cheeses are pasteurized, so I would immediately ignore all the pasteurized cheeses and go for this raw sheep's Roquefort here. Roquefort here. And sheep's cheeses are, some people have problems with cow milk and cow proteins. Generally don't have a problem with sheep's cheese. Sheep's cheese is so much more similar to human breast milk than cow milk. So it's actually a lot more tolerable for anyone who has dairy allergies and things like that. So that's it. I would go for that one if I was going for a blue cheese. Here we have Dutch cheeses. The problem with Dutch cheeses is like often like British cheeses and Australian cheeses, they tend to be pasteurized. So I tend to avoid them. But here we've got it's a raw Gouda, so this would be a good one. These are generally, this is 6 months, so this is not bad. So it's a little bit aged, and for $4.90 100 grams, that's pretty good value. So that's a good one there. Here's a bunch of Italian hard cheeses. So most of the Italian cheeses you're using to grate in your dishes, on soups, on pasta, and things like that. We've got a sheep's one here, Pecorino, $4.40 for 100 grams. That's great value. You know, that's going to be cheaper than anything you get in NTUC, and it's actually better quality. So that's a raw sheep's cheese. It's going to be very tolerable. Again, so that's a good one. Let's move along here, and we can look at the soft cheeses. So down the bottom here we have the soft cheeses, the goat's cheeses. Fresh goat's cheeses are generally, most people like soft goat's cheeses. They're really easy to digest, very, very healthy, very fresh. This is a raw ash goat's pyramid. I've had this several times. It's really, really fantastic. They've got some more raw cheeses here. This one's $6 for, what's this, 60 grams. It's a little bit more pricey. So I like these cheeses. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of cheeses with, even though they're British, I'm not a big fan of cheeses with bits in and all these kind of, so that's not really my scene. And also, I generally find that the brie type cheeses, they tend to be made from a pasteurized French dairy cow. And that's probably one of the least beneficial cheeses. If you like it, it's great. But generally, I kind of avoid these ones. Because there's a lot, right? You can't buy everything. Of course, if you like it. And then we can go and have a look at the supplements over here. So here, I'm going to pull out one of the most healthy multivitamin supplements you can buy. And it is raw cultured butter. So butter is very high in vitamins A, D, E, K2. It's got a lot of antioxidants in it. This block of butter is $8.89. Now you might think, well, that's a lot of money to spend on butter if you're thinking of comparing it to the rubbish you would buy in a supermarket. But it's actually a multivitamin pill. It's chock full of vitamins. When the cows, like these grass-fed cows, are eating all these beautiful grasses and herbs and flowers and things like that, all the minerals that they don't digest end up in the fat. fat. And so the fat is super quality, it's chock full of minerals. And this is literally a multivitamin pill, a giant multivitamin pill. Absolutely fantastic. Considering a box of multivitamins would cost you maybe $40 these days, why not just spend it on real food as well, because you're going to get all the benefits from it. So I've done an article about cheese and the benefits of it, and dairy and all these kind of bits and bobs, so you can feel free to check that out. I'll link to it in the bottom. But anyway, that's how I shop for my cheese. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks.